For this video, we're going to talk about how to do the herringbone double crochet stitch. I'll be using Dishy worsted weight yarn and a size H 5mm crochet hook. It's also a great idea to have a couple of stitch markers around. Let's get started. Now for this stitch tutorial, we are going to start by making a slip knot and then placing that on our crochet hook. You can chain any amount of stitches that you like, but for this tutorial, I'm simply going to chain 10. Now I like to do my edges maybe a little bit different than most when it comes to the stitch. The herringbone double crochet naturally has a lean to it, so the edges can look a bit wonky. So to keep them a bit more straight, I start by working the very first stitch in the row in the back hump of the first chain, and I do a stacked single crochet. So I'll insert my hook into the back hump of the very first chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops, then go back to this left strand, insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both of the loops. It is a great idea to go ahead and mark this stitch. By the nature of it, it has a nice flat edge, but you don't want to work all the way around into this stitch. Right here is what we want to work to. So it's a great idea to mark this stacked single crochet so you can keep your stitch count where it should be. Now for the next stitch, I'm still working in the back humps of the chain. We are going to do a herringbone double crochet. To do this stitch, we will yarn over, insert our hook into that chain, yarn over and pull up a loop through that chain and through the first loop on the hook. That can feel a bit tricky. It gets easier with practice. Now we will yarn over and pull through one loop on the hook, and then to finish we'll yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook, and that is a herringbone double crochet. Let's do that one more time. We will yarn over, insert our hook into the next chain, yarn over and pull through the loop and through the first loop on the hook. Yarn over, pull through one loop, yarn over, pull through two loops. That is a herringbone double crochet. The more you practice, the faster it will get. I think that the most challenging thing about this stitch is pulling through the first loop on the hook after pulling it through your stitch. Right here can be a little bit of a challenge. It gets comfortable with practice and finding the right tension for this stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and work to the last chain in this row, working the herringbone double crochet stitches until the very last chain. Now, as I get to the last chain, you can work a herringbone double crochet, but since they have such a lean to them, I go ahead and I just do a regular double crochet into the last stitch of the row. And there's our first row of herringbone double crochet. So now I'm going to turn and work a second row. I will start by doing a stacked single crochet into the first stitch of the row. And then I'm going to do a herringbone double crochet into the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, pull that loop through the first loop on the hook, yarn over and pull through one loop, yarn over and pull through two loops to complete the stitch. I'm going to work this all the way across until I get to the very last stitch of the row. My favorite thing about the stitch is how you can really do any amount of repeats you would like to do in terms of stitches or rows to create a gorgeous fabric. I will have lots of new patterns coming to my blog soon, so stay tuned.